Good morning, students. Today I will start with a new topic, that is respiration. The respiration is the process of breaking down of food, that is glucose, in the presence of oxygen to release energy. So, glucose is obtained from food by digestion. Whatever we eat, digest it to produce glucose. And oxygen is obtained from the lungs by breathing. Then respiration occurs. And you should not be confused between the breathing and the respiration. Actually, both are different processes. Breathing is a physical process involving exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, while the respiration is a biochemical process involving oxidation of glucose to carbon dioxide and water. In breathing, energy is not released, while in respiration, energy is released. In breathing, takes place outside the cells, and respiration is taking place inside the cell. And last but not least, that enzymes are not involved in breathing, but in respiration, enzymes are involved. Breathing means inhaling and exhaling of the gases from your nasal cavity. So now we'll start with the respiration. First of all, we have to discuss the breakdown of food. Whatever food we are taking, whatever we have eaten, the food material taken in during the process of nutrition is used in cells. Why? To provide energy for various life processes. Different organisms do this in different ways. Some use oxygen to break down glucose completely into carbon dioxide and water. Some use other pathways that do not involve oxygen. So breakdown of food is depend on the whether the oxygen is involved or not involved. So first of all, breakdown of glucose in absence of oxygen. This is called anaerobic, means oxygen is not there. In all the types, the glucose change into pyruvate. Further, the pyruvate may be converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide. This process takes place in yeast during fermentation. Since this process takes place in the absence of oxygen, this is called anaerobic respiration. You can see the equation, glucose changing to pyruvate, which is changing to ethanol, CO2 and energy. Suppose the oxygen is less, it is not absent but oxygen is less, then what will happen? Sometime when there is a lack of oxygen in our muscle cell, another pathway for the breakdown of pyruvate is taken. Here the pyruvate is converted into lactic acid, which is also a 3-carbon molecule. This buildup of lactic acid in our muscle during sudden activity causes cramps. Cramp, muscle fatigue, feeling pain, as you can see at your screen. So glucose changing into pyruvate in presence of oxygen, then lack of oxygen, it is changed to lactic acid. But the third condition where abundance of oxygen is there, a lot of oxygen is there, then what happens? That is aerobic respiration. Breakdown of pyruvate using oxygen takes place in the mitochondria. Keep in mind, this will happen in mitochondria. This process breaks up the 3-carbon pyruvate. Also keep in mind, pyruvic acid is 3-carbon. To give 3 molecule of carbon dioxide, the other product is water. Since this process takes place in the presence of air or oxygen, it is called aerobic respiration. And the release of energy in this aerobic process is lot of greater than in the anaerobic respiration, that is approx 38 ATP molecule. So overall breakdown of glucose, you can see at your screen. We have digested food to form glucose, and in cytoplasm this glucose converted into pyruvate, that is 3 carbon molecule, and also a little bit energy produced. And then there are three conditions: absence of oxygen, lack of oxygen, and presence of oxygen. Absence of oxygen, example yeast; lack of oxygen, example muscle cell; and presence of oxygen in mitochondria. In first category, less energy; second category, less energy; and last category, a lot of energy, that is 38 ATP form. Now aerobic respiration. Now it is clear that it occur in the absence of oxygen. Therefore, this is anaerobic respiration. It also occur in mitochondria sometime. It also involve the process of glycolysis in cytoplasm. Actually, starting in cytoplasm, glycolysis is there. This is the topic we have to discuss in 12th or 11th standard. The pyruvic acid enter different pathways and form different product. Two type of anaerobic respiration are there, as you have studied: fermentation and anaerobic respiration. We have discussed. Now aerobic respiration. It is clear that it will utilize oxygen. Second, it occurs in the mitochondria only. It involves the process of glycolysis where glucose is broken down to pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid is converted to CO2, water, and energy by Krebs cycle, and 38 ATP are generated. 38 ATP are lot of energy compared to anaerobic and respiration in lack of oxygen. So this is all about aerobic respiration. Now, what is ATP? The energy released during cellular respiration is immediately used to synthesize a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is used to fuel all other activities in the cells. In these processes, ATP is broken down, giving rise to fixed amount of energy, which can drive the endothermic reaction taking place in the cells. Keep in mind, endothermic reaction, and full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate, and ATP is also known as energy currency because it provides energy to all the cells for all the activities. ATP is called energy currency. Why? The question arises. ATP is the energy currency for most cellular processes. The energy released during the process of respiration is used to make ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate. You can say the reaction that ADP, adenosine diphosphate, di means 2 plus 1P. Now 2 and 1 is 3. So that is ATP. This is endothermic process in the cell. When the terminal phosphate linkage in ATP is broken, using water, the energy equivalent to 30.5 kilojoule per mole is produced. Importance of ATP is what? It is estimated that each cell will generate and consume approx 10,000 molecule of ATP per second. In a single second, how much quantity, huge quantity of ATP are produced. And this ATP can be used in the cells for the contraction of muscle, protein synthesis, conduction of nervous impulses, and many other activities. So student, now it is clear that what is the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration.